Welcome back, everyone. I'm super excited to be doing another grammar lesson. Today we're going to be working on definite articles and indefinite articles. What are those? Basically, you're going to be able to say a car, some cars, the car, the cars. That is your goal for today. Bite-sized lessons so that we can continue adding on to our grammar knowledge and expand it as we go. Are you ready? Oh, before we go, don't forget to like and subscribe. And now we can go. Okay guys, so we're ready to go ahead and discuss our lesson so that we can make sure we are prepared to know what we have to learn by the end. Our main focus for today is going to be definite articles and indefinite articles. Now, before we jump straight into that grammar topic, we do have to go ahead and review a little bit about nouns. So what are nouns? Nouns are people, places, and things. Remember in our previous lesson when we discussed adjectives, and we said that adjectives for the most part are going to be masculine and feminine. And we also said that for the most part, not always, but for the most part, the masculine ones ended in O and the feminine ones ended in A. Well, the same thing applies to nouns. Nouns in Spanish also have gender and also have number. And for the most part, the same rules apply. If they're a masculine noun, most likely they're going to end in O. If they're a feminine noun, most likely they're going to end in A. Does it happen every single time? Absolutely not. But for now, as a generalization, we're gonna go with that. So nouns in Spanish, they don't change in gender like adjectives do. Remember, adjectives have to match in gender and number to the noun they describe. But nouns have their own specified gender. They're either masculine or they're feminine, okay? So let's look at the noun carro. Carro. If you listen to it, carro ends in an O. So you already know that that is a masculine noun. Carro. Okay? Masculine noun. Now, the only thing that we have to worry about this is we're not going to worry about making it feminine. Nouns can't be changed in gender, okay? But what we do have to worry about is what if we're talking about more than one carro? What do? The same thing we kind of did with adjectives. We are going to go ahead and add an S. So instead of un carro, one car, we will have dos carros. Dos carros. Notice again how we added the S. So notice how we went from one carro, ends in an O, to dos carros. Dos meaning two. Dos carros, and it ends in an OS. Now, let's talk about the noun bicicleta. 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 Bicicleta is a bicycle. But notice how bicicleta ends in an A? Bicicleta is a feminine noun. So let's look at how it compares to carro. Carro was a masculine noun. So now bicicleta, it's a feminine noun. And again, we're going with the general rule that nouns that end in O are masculine and nouns that end in A are feminine. So what do we do if we have more than one bicicleta? We simply add an S. And suddenly we have dos bicicletas. So let's do it. So, una bicicleta, dos bicicletas. So what do we do if we have a noun that does not end in an O or an A? For example, the noun estudiante. It ends in an E. Well, estudiante is going to be used for a female student and is going to be used for a male student. Basically, there's no gender there. But the only time it changes is if we're talking about more than one student. So we go from estudiante to, and I think you know this, estudiantes. We simply added the S. That's it for that one. Remember in one of the cafecitos we talked about corazón? Corazón. Excellent. So let's look at that one because corazón, it doesn't end in an O, it doesn't end in an A. Corazón. So we have un corazón, but what if we had multiple of those? What do we call them? We would call them corazones. So here's the deal, guys. If it ends in a vowel, all you're going to do is add an S. But if it ends in a consonant, like a letter N, you're going to add ES to make it plural, okay? The main thing you need to remember is that nouns do have gender. They're not like in English. A table is a table. But in Spanish, a table is a she. And again, it's going to take practice to kind of get used to that idea that nouns have gender. But that is the case in Spanish. That's it for nouns. So we've just reviewed nouns, and you kind of remember that some of the nouns are masculine and some of the nouns are feminine. And some of them can go for either masculine or feminine. But now we have to focus on definite articles. What are definite articles? You know them. In English, the definite article is the word the. What does that mean? What it means is that right now you know how to say car, but you don't know yet how to say the car. That's what we're going to learn how to do today. Put that definite article in front of the word car. So think about it this way. One of the things that we want to be able to do is say things such as, I like the red car. Well, here's a red car. So what we would say is, me gusta el carro rojo. Me gusta means I like. But el, that's what we're going to be focusing on how to perfectly do that today. That's your definite article, the. So remember, right now our main goal is to be able to say the word the. When we say the car, the books, and all those kinds of things. Basically, the in front of a noun, okay? In Spanish, it's going to be based on the gender of that noun and how many we have. You're kind of used to this idea already, kind of when we talked about it in the adjectives lesson, but let's go over it again. So we talked about the word carro, and we said carro is a masculine noun and it means car. So carro, in order for us to say the car, we're going to use the definite article el. El carro. If we have more than one car, we would say los. Los carros. Multiple cars. The cars. Okay? So that's the main thing. If it's a masculine noun, you're going to put el in front of it to say the. If it's a masculine plural, you're going to put los in front of it, and it still means the. But in Spanish, remember, everything has to match in gender and number. So we want to make sure that we do that. Remember the word bicicleta? That was a bike. And we know that because it ends in an A, for the most part, those nouns are feminine. So if we wanted to say the bike, we would use the definite article la. So we would say la bicicleta, the bike. If we have more than one bike, we want to make sure that our definite article matches the number of nouns that we have. Even though it may be one noun, there are multiple things in that. So if we're talking about bikes, that's plural, so we have to make sure our definite article is plural as well. So then it would be las bicicletas. And again, notice how the S is in the definite article and also at the end of bicicletas. Las bicicletas. So that's basically it. You just need to make sure that you remember anytime you want to say the, you have to either choose el, la, los, or las, depending on the gender of the noun and depending on how many you have. Let me give you one extra example. Look, helado. This is an helado, ice cream. What definite article would you put in front of the word helado to say the ice cream? Think about it. I think you got it. That would be el helado. El helado, the ice cream. Good. Now, what if you were talking about multiple ice creams? And again, it's helados because it is plural. What definite article would you use? Good. That would be los helados. Los helados. Muy bien. So definite articles talk about a very specific item that we're referring to. Maybe we're saying, I like the ice cream. And you have one in specific that you're thinking about. I like the chocolate ice cream. But when we get into indefinite articles, we're going to be talking about maybe any ice cream. I like an ice cream. You don't care what flavor, you don't care what color. That is the difference between definite and indefinite articles. So think about it that way. I like the ice cream. It's something definite. Right here, I know which ice cream I like. I like an ice cream. It's not as specific. That's what makes the difference between definite articles and indefinite articles. So now that you kind of know the difference between the definite articles and the indefinite articles, let's look at them in the indefinite way. So let's bring back our carro. Carro. If we want to say the car, we would say el carro. And we're talking about a specific car. However, if we want to say a car, we're going to use the indefinite article. They still follow the same rules as their definite articles. Masculine singular, masculine plural, feminine singular, and feminine plural. Remember, it's based on the gender of the noun. So carro, whether we're talking about the car or a car, it's still a masculine noun. So if we want to say a car, we would use the indefinite article un. A car. Un carro. A car. But if we're talking about some cars, we would use the masculine plural. We would say unos carros. Unos carros. I saw some cars in the highway. They're not specific. Some cars. Unos carros. So now let's talk about the noun bicicleta, which we covered just a few minutes ago. Bicicleta, it's a feminine noun and it's a bike. So if we want to say the bike, like we learned a few minutes ago, we would say la bicicleta. But now, since we're focusing on our indefinite articles, we want to say a bike. So what do? We go with una bicicleta. Una bicicleta. A bike. Any bike. Not specific. If we want to talk about some bikes, we would use unas bicicletas. Una bicicleta, unas bicicletas, some bikes. So let's do a quick review of everything that we just covered. We talked about nouns being masculine and feminine, and how to make them plural. Then we talked about definite articles, which are very specific about whatever thing you're talking about. And all you're doing is saying the car, the bike, the. It could also be plural, the bikes and the cars. And then we learn indefinite articles, which are not specific. It could be a bike or some bikes, a car or some cars. So we basically focus on the and a and some. Okay? So let's focus on our definite articles here. Those mean the. Let's do a quick review. The definite articles in Spanish are el, la, los, or las. And again, they're definite and they go by whether they're masculine, feminine, singular, or plural. So el, la, los, and las. Those all mean the definite article the. Now, we have the indefinite articles. Un, una, unos, and unas. Those could mean a, an, or some. They are not definite, they're not specific, and you can kind of think back at our example about ice cream. Definite, you know what flavor you're talking about. Indefinite, you're happy with any flavor of ice cream. So why do we need to know this? Because again, pretty soon we're going to be using this and putting it together with other grammatical structures to create sentences and be able to communicate with a Spanish speaker or simply in Spanish. Right now, you're learning how to say the, a, and some, but pretty soon we're going to be able to say, I like the pizza. I like an ice cream. I like the bike. I like the green bike. I like fast cars, a fast car, or I like some cars. So again, start thinking about where we're going with this. I like to give you bite-sized lessons so that you can focus on mastering things and then putting them together into a big lesson where you have mastered each and every part of them. All right, you guys, that's it for today. We learned the gender of nouns and how to make them plural. We learned how to use definite articles and indefinite articles based in gender and number. So now you know how to say things such as the student, some students, the bike, some bikes. I know you don't have a full sentence with that yet, but don't worry, that's coming. For right now, just focus on mastering when to use definite versus indefinite, when to use singular versus plural, and when to use them in the specific occasion that you are meaning to use them. You did an amazing job, so there goes another virtual high five for you. You totally deserve it. I'm impressed, and I know the next couple lessons you'll be able to put those sentences together as we progress.